welcome to Fort Henry National Historic Site of Canada. Fort Henry is one of Canada's premier performance-based heritage tourism attractions. The fort was first constructed during the War of 1812, redesigned and rebuilt in the 1830s, and finally restored in 1938 to the fort you see today. The site is recognized and commemorated for national significance for three reasons. It was built to defend the terminus of the Rideau Canal in the Naval Dockyard in Kingston. It was the largest, most costly fortification built in British North America west of Quebec City, and it was a key site in the fortification of Kingston and Kingston Harbor. Now, it takes 2 to 3 hours to tour through the fort and to see everything they have to offer here. Now, most of the displays are glass in somewhat dimly lit areas as to give you the ambiance of what the fort was like back in the mid-1800s when it was regularly staffed. So, of course, unfortunately, that doesn't show up in the camera very well, so I didn't include any of that in the video. What I did include, though, however, is his historical side and the architecture. The walls of the fort are full of passages that allowed soldiers to safely traverse from the lower levels to the upper levels to help defend the fort. Now, these passageways are open to the public. Be advised, however, the steps are steep, the walls are narrow, and there's not a whole lot of headroom. I bumped my head in several spots at the fort this day, unfortunately. Now, the GoPro doesn't do the sound of this cannon justice. It was amazing how loud even a blank round was, and the vibration of the shockwave you felt through your body as it went off.
Honored guests, under the command of Sergeant Bulow, the artillery detachment of the Fort Henry Guard.
But I must admit, when it comes to historical sites like this, this is the things I like to see. The hidden passages almost. This is a tunnel that led from the main interior side of the fortification out underneath the field between the inner and outer walls into a detachment area where soldiers would be stationed in the event that enemy forces were able to breach the external wall. They would be met by an unpleasant welcome when they entered the field between the two walls. Now, the limestone work here, I'm assuming this was all original with some minor restoration the last time the fort was redone. But the floors are still dirt. You can see the rifle slots here that look right into the field between the inner and outer walls. The other interesting thing about this area, you would have sworn you were underground. The limestone walls give it a cave feel, and it also helps to greatly reduce the temperature. It was middle of July when we were here, and it was almost 30 degrees outside, and inside this area, I'd be surprised if it was much more over 20 degrees. However, when it came time to defend the fort, I'm not sure I'd want to be in here when one of these cannons went off. I could imagine the shockwave of the cannon firing around into the field between the two walls, the sounds vibrating through the whole area and the chambers. I would almost guess they'd rattle teeth right out of your head if you weren't ready for it. Hope you enjoyed this quick look around Fort Henry in Kingston, Ontario. If you ever get a chance, you're in the area, stop in. Like I said, it only takes a couple hours to go through it. The cost of admission is very, very reasonable, and you will not be disappointed if you're into this type of history. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you don't mind, and until next time, thanks for watching.